નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી welcomes you all here. Dear students, friends, let's move ahead with the next session for Nelson Mandela. This is Nelson Mandela. We are moving ahead towards the end of this lesson. What was there? It was this desire for freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect, that animated my life. It was the desire of my people is equal to black people, to live the life with dignity and to live the life with self-respect that compelled my life. And that is why my life became animated with the different facet, with the different shape, means with different path. That transformed when I started my struggle for my people. That time onwards, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one. Initially, I was a frightened young man who was having fear for all. And from there, transformation made possible, and I became a bold one. This is happened only and only for my people. My people is equal to black people. That drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal. You see, he was law-abiding, accepting attorney who was following and will compel others for the law. I was a person like this, and in front of government, I became a criminal. This is the transformation of my life. That turned my family, a family-loving husband. If he would have been in his house, he would have remained a family-loving husband. But due to this struggle, he turned into a man without home. You see, Gandhiji also did not have any house, palace, hut, whatsoever you will say, till his last breath. Even today, Sabarmati Ashram, Kochrab Ashram, whatsoever you will give for the example, even his house in Porbandar is also not the real reality. This is what we think for Nelson Mandela. The same thing is for Mahatma Gandhi. He was a man without a home. If he would have remained in his family, he would have become a family-loving husband. But scenario was different. That forced a life-loving man who loves the life, a life-loving man who loves life, but that transformed to live like a monk who is roaming here and there, who is moving here and there. If I am having a house, I will live in my house. I will enjoy my life. Life-loving. I will enjoy my life. But this made a transformation. And this transformation made me a monk. Monk, a sage saint. Now, I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man. He is not boosting himself. I am full of virtues. No. He says here, I am no more virtuous. I'm not having so many good virtues, so many good qualities, this and that. Or I am not a person with self-sacrification who sacrifices his own life for the others. I'm having all this quality less, because who will be the next man after me? He has to follow all this next man. Has to follow all these things in a right way to carry forward the struggle for white and black, black and white, and he would remain more virtuous and more sacrificing person. Further he says, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedom I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Even he could not make his people free till that time. He could not enjoy his own life, his own freedom, his own unfreedom life also, because he was maximum time inside the jail. But I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms what my people were enjoying. I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. Keep it in your mind one thing, freedom is not visible. Freedom is invisible. You cannot identify it. You cannot touch it. It's just like a wind. You feel it, but you cannot identify, because wind is invisible. Like that, freedom is invisible. The chains on anyone of my people were the chains on all of them. Were the chains on all of them. Freedom is invisible. The chains of anyone of my people, of black people, were the chains of all of them. If anyone fights for black, he fights for all. He fights for freedom. That is not his own freedom, but that is the freedom of all. The chains of all of my people were the chains on me. Opposite. If it is the chain of all, it is for me also, it's on me also. This is what you will see in Gandhiji also. I knew that the oppressors must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. Anyone who is under his slavery, he should get his freedom any cost, anyhow, as soon as possible. How it is possible? That is as surely as how the oppressed one is oppressed, who is suffering. He should be made free, liberated. He is surely how it is, how the oppressed one is, oppressor and oppressed, both should be liberated from the slavery. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatredness. ફરી એક વખત હું તમને વાત કરું છું fire and iceની. Because here the word is given hatredness. Hatred, prisoner of hatred. તમે તમારી પોતાની જાતે જ બીજા ઉપર ગુસ્સો કરીને તમારી જાતને બાળો છો. A man who takes away another man's freedom is the prisoner of hatredness. એ માણસ હેટ્રેડનેસ, ખુદની હેટ્રેડનેસની અંદર, ફાયરની અંદર જ પ્રિઝનર છે. ફરીવાર ફાયર બોલું છું. યુ વિલ મૂવ લિટલ બિટ બેક. he is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. Yes, આવા જે માણસો છે, they are locked behind the bar of prejudice, ill feeling for others, and narrow mindedness, inferiority complex. માણસ જે છે બે રીતે જીવતો હોય છે. એક સુપિરિયોરિટી કોમ્પ્લેક્સ હોય, મારા જેવું કોઈ નથી, અને એક ઇન્ફિરિયોરિટી કોમ્પ્લેક્સ હોય, ચાલો મને જ કાંઈ નથી આવડતું. In this way, the man who is here, what is given, that is for Gandhi, that is for Nelson Mandela, that is for fire and ice. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom. Yes, correct. If I will take the freedom of other person, then I am not free. I am under the slavery of my own mentality, because I will behind the bars of prejudice and narrow mindedness. Just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. If freedom is taken from me, I am not free. In the same way, if I will snatch, if I will take away freedom of others, he is not free due to slavery, but I am not free from prejudice and narrow-mindedness. The oppressed, who is the sufferer, and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. Robbing of humanity. They are taking forcefully, by force, they are taking humanity from our life. This is what Nelson Mandela explains here in this lesson, which is a part of his autobiography. In the next session, we will move ahead with the question and answer of the same lesson. Till that time, goodbye to all. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us.